Hi friends, my name is Aqil Ahmed, and in this particular video tutorial I will show you how to use Windows authentication and SQL authentication in a single connection manager in SSIS. This is my profile. I have 13 plus years of experience on Microsoft technologies. So the agenda of today's video tutorial is how to use Windows authentication and SQL authentication in a single connection manager, and we will also use the variables to make the connection dynamic. So recently I got a question from one of my subscribers, Sudesh, that I need design database connection in SSIS to work for both SQL authentication and Windows authentication. If username and password passed, then it should use SQL authentication. If not passed, then it should use the Windows authentication. So let's see how we can do that. I have SQL Server 2019 instance, and then I have database SSIS that I will be using in this particular demo. So I will try to get the count of one of the table. Maybe I can get the count of movies table from this particular database. So if the connection will be successful, then we will get a count, and if the connection won't be successful, then the package will fail. Okay, so for example, let me just try to get the count from this particular table. So there are 1000 records, and I have a username, a demo, and I have password, so that I will use for SQL authentication. And then for Windows authentication, of course, I will use my current username. So let me just go to the SSIS package, and to make the connection dynamic, I will be using some variables. So the first variable that I will be using, server name, and the data type I will put is string, and the value for this server can be get from using the @ server name. So this is my server name. I can copy from here and I can put the value here. Another variable I will create is the database. So the data type I will put is string, and the value I will put is SSIS. Okay, and now another variable I will declare is user, and the value for the user I will put demo. For password I will create another variable and I will call it as pwd, and the data type I will use is string, and the value of the password is Aqil. So these variables I have declared. Now the most important thing is that I will declare a connection string SSIS variable, and that connection string variable value will change for Windows authentication and for SQL authentication. So I will call the variable as connection string, and the data type will be string. Now the value that we need to provide is two different values. The connection string SSIS variable will keep one value at a time. For example, either it can hold the value for SQL authentication or it can hold the value for Windows authentication. So to get the different connection type values, we can use Google, and we can type connection string for SQL authentication. Maybe you can write like this, and then you can open the first website, connectionstrings.com. So it actually provides you the free connection strings for different types of connections. So you can just click under OLDB providers, you can click Microsoft OLDB provider for SQL Server. So if you scroll down, the first connection is for standard connection. This is for username and password. This is for SQL authentication. So you can copy the value from here, and then you can paste inside the connection string. What you can do, actually you can copy this string from here, and then we can make the connection string correct at this particular location. So just copy this one. Under server name you can put the server name, under database name you can put the database name, and under my user you can put the username, and under password you can put the password. And now you can just copy this one and now replace the existing value with the correct value. Okay, actually we need to put it here, otherwise you might get the connection timeout validations from SSIS, because if you change this value, so SSIS will try to connect to that particular SQL server name and a username with that particular password or username. Okay, so you need to provide a valid value here. Now what we will be doing is we can just drag and drop and execute SQL task into the control flow window, and maybe we can call it like get counts, and just make a connection to the SQL server database. So let me make a connection here. Let me make a new connection. Server name I can copy from here, and then from the database I can select the SSIS database, click OK. Okay, and then under SQL statement I can copy this particular query from here and paste it, click OK. Okay, this will actually return the counts, but right now we are not storing it in any SSIS variable or somewhere, but it will just run on the database. So you will know if the connection will be successful, then the task will be successful, and if the connection won't be successful, then it will fail. This is just to test the connection. So suppose if you execute the query now, so what it is doing, it is using a Windows authentication, and right now we have not assigned the connection string values to this particular connection. So right now this OLEDB connection is a hard-coded connection, and to make this connection dynamic, just right click on it and go to the properties, and under the expressions, under connection string property, you need to assign the value of the connection string property from the connection string SSIS variable. Okay, and now click OK. Okay, so now the value of this OLEDB connection manager will came from the connection string SSIS variable, this particular variable. So whatever will be the value for this connection string, that particular value will be assigned to the connection manager. Now it comes the very important part of this particular video, that how we will decide whether to use a SQL authentication or Windows authentication. Okay, so to decide that, we will be using a script task. So just drag and drop the script task into the control flow window, and then you can maybe call this script task make the connection string, Okay, so right click on it, edit. Under read only variables, we will use the variables for server name, user, password, and then database name. Okay, and then for the read write variable, we will use the connection string, because we want to get the values for the database name, password, server name, user, and then we want to assign the connection string value. So maybe we can copy these variables and click on edit script. So this particular thing will open the script editor. So you can paste those variables under here, add your code here. And now what we need to do, maybe we can just define some variables, like I can define a user variable here of type string, and its value can be get from like dts.variables.value.toString. Okay, and I can copy and paste this value here. So this is how we can get the value from an SSIS variable to a C# string variable. And then we can define other variables as well. Password, now define server name, and now define database. So we have defined the variables for all 4 variables. So now what we need to do, we need to write an if condition. If user.length is greater than 0 and password.length is greater than 0. So what it means is that if there is some value for the user variable and if there is some value for the password, then we should use the SQL authentication. Otherwise we need to use the Windows authentication. Okay, so remember we got the connection string for the SQL authentication. So we can maybe just go to the website directly and you can copy the connection string from here and then paste the value here. Remember there was a connection string variable as well, read write variables. So we can make the variable for connection string variable as well. So the name of the connection string variable was connection string. Copy this one and paste it here as well. And now in the connection string variable we will put these values. So you can start with a double quote and then enclose everything in a double quote as well. Under server name, put double quote plus plus, and then we will put this value. So I will share this script with you, so you can download it so that you can use it in your package if you want. And similarly we will assign the value from the database name SSIS variable. This is extra double quote, and similarly for username. This is for username. Maybe I can close this one. And then for password I can copy this one. Okay, so this is the connection string for SQL authentication. And now to get the connection string for Windows authentication, we will go back to this website and there is trusted connection. So trusted connection means Windows authentication connection. So you can copy this value from here and you can put it under this and the line with a semicolon, and you can put this connection string here. Okay, so under server name you can get this value, copy from here, you can paste it. Under database name you can copy this value from here and paste it here, and trusted connection will be yes. So this is fine. Now what we want to do, that after this particular assign of the connection string, we want to assign the value to the SSIS variable. So how we will do that? We can copy this value from here, that we want to assign the connection string. So to whatever variable we want to assign the value, they should be put on the left side. So we want to assign the value to the connection string SSIS variable from the local C# variable. Okay, so this is how we can assign the value. So now you can close it, and you can click OK. Now if you want to check what value will be assigned to the connection string, so maybe you can put a breakpoint, and you can put a breakpoint on pre-execute event and execute the SSIS package. So if you go to the debug menu, Windows, locals, you can close this one. So under variables, there is a connection string variable. So you can see that it is using a SQL authentication, because the username is demo and password is demo, but password is not demo, it's Akhil, so it will fail. Okay, so you can see that this got failed. So if I see the connection, so it seems like something went wrong, and in the password I have not used the password, instead I use the username. So you can fix that in the C# code. Okay, so you can see that under password, instead of password variable, I accidentally use the user variable, so that's why it got failed. So I can copy this password, paste it here. Okay, so and I will share this script with you, so if you want to use, then you can use it. Click OK, and you remember last time it got failed, and the error was something like invalid connection string. Okay, so just now let me rerun the SSIS package, and if you want to see the connection again in the local variables, if you want to see the connection, so you can see that now the username is demo, password is Akhil, and I think the connection seems good. Oh, what happened? Invalid authorization specification. Why? So for example, if I copy this value from here, and if I paste it here, so the provider is this one, so the provider is this one, and server name is this one, server name is this server name. Okay, and then database is this database, and then after database you got UID, and then you got the username, and then after username you got the password, and then for password you got your password, and then you close the connection string. So this seems fine to me, so let me just try to rerun it. In the locals, you can close this one from the output, and so from connection string you can see that it's a SQL authentication connection, and now the connection is successful. So there were some spaces in the connection string that it did not like. Now for example, if I don't provide the value for the password or username, then it should use this Windows authentication. So let me just remove the password from here under password SSIS variable, and let me rerun the SSIS package. So if you expand the variables under connection string, you will see that now it is using the trusted connection, means Windows authentication connection. So this connection is successful as well. So this is how you can use a single connection manager for both SQL authentication and Windows authentication. Thank you guys for watching the video, and if you like the video, then please click the like button. Do subscribe to our channel, press the bell icon and click on all, so that you will be notified every time I upload a new video. Thank you so much.